Welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. Our theme today will be dealing with questions and feedback. So questions and feedback from our listeners. We've achieved a lot with our podcast, and so we're going to be discussing some of that and some of our most popular episodes, which you may have missed and you might want to go back and check on. But before we get into the details of that and all the nitty-gritty, we're going to take a brief break and tell you a little more about our podcast, and then I'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Well, hello, welcome back. Once again, to those that have been listening for some time, I'm David Ward, and I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program at Goodwill. For those that are listening for the first time, it's a pleasure to have you here with us as well. Today's podcast, we're going to be dealing with questions and feedback. So questions and feedback, and also talking about really what we've achieved in some of our more popular episodes. So really, when I look back at our some 70 plus episodes, I can see immediately some of the ones that have really been popular with our listeners. And so some of our episodes that are most popular are in the 750 listens. I'm about to break maybe 1,000 different listens. Some of our most popular episodes, and if you missed these, you might want to go back and check them, is episode number 42, which deals with the NFB Newsline skill. So for those who are unaware of what that involves, especially for those that have print impairments, who are visually impaired or totally blind, with our nonprofit and others, you can, or even independently, you can register with the National Federation of the Blind for their Newsline service, which has over 500 newspapers and periodicals, including, for my listeners here that are local to the Southwest Virginia region, the Roanoke Times. And so anyway, that's a pretty amazing skill. And once you're registered with them, you'll get a PIN code. You can set that skill up. And then you can listen to all that amazing, amazing content. That's episode number 42, but very specific to those that might have that disability. And then episode 41 had a lot of people listen and give feedback, by about that episode. Episode 41 deals with Echo compatible devices. So over the years, there's been new devices added. I know I really want one of those microwaves. And in fact, we're going to be talking about, we talked in previous episodes about new announcements in the fall of 2019. They've even have some new devices. But if you want to go back and listen, episode 41, that was very popular. And, man, I'm tempted to get some of those, like that microwave. They even have a microwave oven now, convection oven. And now, also episode, these are the top 3 most popular. This is, another one, episode number 36, Searching Your Calendar. So a lot of people use the calendar features on the Amazon Echo, and in the beginning it was very limited. You could add appointments but not delete them, but now you can delete them, and additionally you can search them. So that used to be kind of a limitation. You could specify, tell me what's on my calendar for today or tomorrow, but you didn't have a good way to search for doctor's appointment. Well, now you can. And you can learn a little bit about that in episode 36 if you'd like to go back and listen to that. Now, in the past, I've talked about other additional resources, and those still exist and are very popular. And in fact, sometimes we even do little segments for them. The Dot to Dot podcast out of Britain is pretty amazing with Robin Christofferson. He's about to break 1,000 episodes here at the end of 2019, and he does a daily episode. dot to dot podcast. And so that's pretty cool. And also there's one out of Canada called Voice in Canada. Has done a lot of episodes as well with kind of a Canadian perspective, but really a nice production, and you might want to check that out as well. So back to the feedback component. So not only do I see feedback in the sense of who's listening to what and how many episodes, this one's really popular, and that might tell me I need to dig into that some more, or especially if there's some new information or updates. But also, I receive feedbacks via Twitter, I received feedback by emails, and other things from students. So if you'd like to give us some feedback, you can always email me at dward, that's DWARD, at goodwillvalleys.com. So again, that's D Ward, my first name, the first letter of my name, David, D, and then Ward, my last name, W-A-R-D, at goodwillvalleys.com. And you can always email me there. You can also email us at info@goodwillvalleys.com. And lastly, if you'd like to see more about what I'm doing on our webpage, that's goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, all lowercase and no spaces. And so that might be a handy way for you to get in contact with me as well. All right, so that just gives you a little bit of an idea. And obviously, if you give us some stars or upvotes on the podcast player that you're using or the website you're using, that can always help us as well. Or leaving a comment on iTunes or the Google Podcast app. You can always give us some feedback that way as well. So we'll try to keep up with those and any questions or suggestions about future episodes. Well, that kind of wraps up this little episode and those little nuggets I thought I'd share with you about things that were really interesting to our audience and might interest you if you had missed those episodes. And then additionally, ways that you can give feedback as well. This podcast is also hosted on the Anchor system. Anchor.fm. So if you are a member of the Anchor system, you can also even give audio questions or feedback about our podcast, and we can check those as well. All right, well, this will wrap things up for this episode. Our next time in our episode, we're going to talk about Bluetooth, and in particular speakers, headphones, and the like. Until that time, it's time to go practice some of the many things that you've learned. I'm David Ward, signing off for the New Vision program at Goodwill, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision. with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.